Sorry, I have no idea what happened. With the last one, it got cut off or something. Anyways, where was I? Where was I? Ah, yes. Uh, Imagination. Kids, never a dull moment. Seriously, never, ever. I think I said something about that earlier in the last video. If I didn't, we'll talk about that some other time. Anyways, let's see here. Imagination. If you can imagine it, it's because you have an image of it. You can get it, you can see it in your mind's eye. And you can interact with it. You can control it. You can perceive it. Perspective. Perspective is good. But you gotta have more than one. It's kind of like having multiple options. Kind of like having a buffet or a library. Multiple choices and multiple things. Multiple perspectives. In order to have multiple perspectives, to look things at a different angle, no matter what it is. Anything, it could be anything. With an artistic eye. And you can develop an artistic eye. You're a human being, for crying out loud. Come on, peoples. Art, well, there's no wrong way to do art or have art. But to have an artistic eye, you have to be able to perceive something, to imagine it, to picture it, to have an image, to plan it out, to make progress with it, to just keep it going. I tell you what, there's a reason why one of the words on that page is art. We'll get to that some other time. Preferably tomorrow. Tomorrow, Thursday maybe? Yeah, I'll try. Let's hope nothing gets in the way. Or whatever. Anything can happen in this world. So, anything unexpected can happen. Now then, let's do this. Imagination. To have imagination is just good. You move forward with imagination. Why am I stuck on this one? Well, apparently those who don't have imagination, well, it's just because that they don't want to have it, or they don't care for it, or they just don't see it, or they just don't know how to wield it, or use it, or have it. Matter of fact, they might have not experienced it. I feel sad for them. I pity them, but they're not fools. Not yet. Not unless they make an actual foolish mistake. I sympathize, though. To not have imagination, that's sad. I try to keep the child side of me still in me, I try to see through a child's eyes, a kid's eyes. I mean, have you ever thought of that? Do you even remember when you were a kid, what it was like? And those of you who had bad past as a kid, well, what's stopping you from actually experiencing your childhood self, your actual good side of your childhood self? Making memories, new ones. I mean, the past is past. You don't have to forgive, you don't have to forget. But if I were you, I'd definitely forgive. Forgiving is best. Because if you hold on to something like that, the grudge or revenge or something like anger and rage and something like that, it's like holding on to something with venom. And it keeps stinging you and biting you, and it's not good. And it makes you worse, and it makes everything worse. You gotta let it go. You have to let your anger and so much negativity go. It's not healthy for you. How do I know this? I used to have a full head of hair on my head. Do you see how sparse it is? See where rage and anger and stuff like that gets you? And no, I wasn't violent, whether verbally or whatever. It's just inner inner rage or inner anger. I kept it to myself. I kept it inside my head. Kept it inside myself. Tried to get rid of it somehow. It wasn't that easy. Stress is from anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Pain goes with that too. It's not the good kind of pain. There is two types of pains, the good and the bad kind. And there's the other two types that are from each of those. I'll get to that some other time. Anyways, do you see this head? Yeah, it was fuller. I mean, it was more. It had a lot more hair. I had to keep shaving it for other reasons, but now that I wanted to not shave it, guess what? The anger and stuff did this to me. I am in my 20s, okay? I'm just going to say that. In my 20s. Young. So please, don't make the same mistake that I did. It could have gotten worse for me. And I think it just might. It will. But I'm just going to hope for the best, okay? Hope is good. Now then. Now then. If you want to stay healthy, just let go of the negativity. All right. Okay. Interconnect. You got to connect with people, and you got to interconnect with them. Make connections. More than just one type of connection. Connect with others. Get out there. Sorry. Get out there. And also you can connect on the internet and stuff like that, but just connect. Just make a line for someone. A line, when I say that, I mean like a rope line. Like when you're going up a mountain. You're giving them a lifeline. To make sure they don't fall or hurt themselves. That's basically a connection. That's just one type. There's others. I'm gonna have to get to that some other time. Okay, yeah. Let's see here. Involve. Yeah, involve yourself and involve others in your life. Don't shut them out. And yes, some of them you might see them as they don't need to be involved in your life, but think of it this way. You'll actually know when they don't need to be involved in your life. When the time happens, when it happens. But first, you got to give them a chance. The bad news is, if you give them a chance and you're not prepared for when they disapprove that chance or just disown it or just abuse it, you're in trouble. So be prepared for anything and everything. Even in everyday life, you never know when something's going to happen. When anything is going to happen at all. At all. Anything at all. So be prepared. So preppers, a shout out to preppers out there. You guys are commendable. I respect you. I respect you. But that doesn't mean I would go all out for myself. Exactly, If I were If I were a prepper, I'd prep with the essentials, just whatever, a go bag and that's it. Maybe, travel on foot or whatever. Then, if I had a lot of money, I would make sure other people just get prepped. Yeah. I would also do other stuff. Make a castle for fortitude or whatever, farm and everything, go all out in that and share it. I do not want to be alone in that sort of situation. To be alone is not good in any situation. Loneliness it hurts. It's painful, very painful. You gotta love something while you got it. And if you think you don't need to love it, oh, just wait until you don't got it. It might be bad, might be good, but you just gotta be prepared. You never know. Anyways, we'll get back to whatever that was with the castle and everything, and blah blah blah. Some other time with another video series or whatever, some personal stuff if that's what you want to see or whatever. Anyways, that's for later on. Let's get to it. Fun. It's the F on life. Okay? Fun. Have fun with each other. Have fun with yourself. Have fun every day. Have fun just by being funny and by living for the fun. We are put on this world, in this world, to have fun. Not only that, we have a responsibility. We all have a responsibility to take care of our world, our home. Our home. This is our home. It gave birth to us. Think about it. In a lot of religions, the beginning of how people came to be, in a lot of religions, not every one of them, I don't know exactly about that, we were made from clay, from the ground, earth. Mother Earth gave birth to us. Her womb was the earth. I mean, literally, the ground. Or it could be in an evolutionary standard. Think about it. An evolutionary standard. We still came from the same tree, the same branch and everything. There's so much to be going into that. I gotta drink. Give me a second.